Hello, everyone. Yeah, we're doing it. Uh, just got out of the doctor. Things are looking good. Yeah, a lot to be thankful for. I mean, I'm not out of the wood. I'm not out of the neck of the woods as far as being perfect health, but it's getting there. Anyway, so the live stream today, raining out. Good time to do a live stream inside. Nice and warm. Been cranking up the heater. So I'm going to get up for a second here. I'll be right back. I got to reposition a couple things. All right. Sporting some new clothes today. Went out and did myself good by getting some good clothes again. So fashion fashion has to stay new, feeling and not wore out, not ratty. I'm always uh, I'm always cutting corners, and it's time not to cut corners anymore. So, uh, wearing quality clothing is a part of the divine makeup of who I am. And so, if I have to go without to have good clothes, then I will. The things are going good as far as abundance, as long as I'm thinking in the terms of quality now, and the aesthetic value of the virtue of the subtle things of life. They they hold life together, and so I'm about ready to acquire even more of the virtuous things that are required to live a virtuous life. And so some good California green going on here. I got a little bit of a celebration energy going again because it's just the miracles are so many, that so numerous, that I have to continually celebrate, just to hold my own, being together, because it's almost more than I can handle. Just how much healing has happened, how many miracles, uh, just the divine presence, the the group, the group experience. You know. The natural order of the divine. Uh, it's both natural and divine. It's it's huge. It's so vast. This oyster that's presented itself. I have no doubt that there'll be a time when I won't be able to handle it emotionally, because it's just going to be so great. But it's okay, because there's a fail-safe mechanism built in, and I'm not going to go through any of you know, the recovery that I've had to do without that. You know, I'm not trying to say that the compassion becomes so great on the creator's end that you're taken care of no matter what at every single level. Even if you can't handle it, you're still going to be taken care of. And that's so, just so beautiful. I mean, I'm so thankful that things that I can't handle, that I'll be able to handle. And it's sort of in the lines now of it's beyond my control, because what I thought was an ego was only uh, the animated youthful folly of the divine, and sort of the fool that it becomes the wise fool, sort of. Or I'm trying to sum it up, maybe, and I shouldn't be. All I can say is at this place in my evolution that I'm only thinking of how to surrender more to the timeless place that exists, and nothing needs to be done. It's just surrendering to that timeless place that we, sort of like in the Eastern teachings, they call it the Tao. You just you're one with the Tao. You're one with what is. And nothing needs to be done. Oh, gotta stretch this. Oh, there we go. This place where, like I said, that timeless place. It's both stillness and a activity, and the activity has to be, uh, well, it can be anything. The activity could be anything. It could be speaking. It could be communication, and in perfect stillness. And sort of like the rock that emanates the wisdom. Uh, so that silence of that place is here at all times. And the only thing I could say is that it speaks, and I'm listening. And so, what's on the external is only a one coil of the evolution of what's going on. But the real deal is the second coil. Second coil is the the other part of the evolution, which is the inner journey. And so the inner journey and the outer journey are self-sustaining in the sense that one always leads to the other, no matter what. So it's like how long is the duration? Uh, what's the duration of the timeless? It's the same thing. It just keeps. It's the everlasting. It's the everlasting love. The everlasting love is the timeless, and it's a warm feeling. It's not just meditation. It's a heart feeling. And so feeling the love, the feeling the warm heart. It's sort of like the heart in your heart, the heart in your head, the heart in your outer. There's the heart is all the hearts of different parts of your totality. And so the experience, all the multi miraculous heart is is the man and God becoming one. One thing's nice about this YouTube format of communication is that the live aspect is a direct path to the the recording of what lived. So you have the live, and then you have what's been lived, and so what's been lived is the greater aspect in in my visualization of the YouTube format, because what's been lived is a recording, an angelic recording in the everlasting halls of wisdom and the throne rooms and chambers and of the hierarchy and the mastery of it all. So what's been lived is living in the mastery, and to 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 see it live would be a ultimate blessing, but to recognize it live would be, for what it is, would be almost impossible. Why? Because it's not what's live. It's already what's lived, and that's a whole nother way of perceiving, and most humans are ignorant to what's been lived. They're only living. They're ignorant to what's been lived. Or what's been known rather than knowing. Pure knowing, or what is known, what's been lived. One is the fruit of the other. So I'm in a place where smoking the sacred herb has been beneficial and for myself, my own constitution. But I don't want everybody to think that I feel like that this that I'm doing is anything other than sacred, because this is ultimately what held me together when I first started smoking uh, marijuana with other humans. We all agreed that sort of without actually not much talk about it, we all agreed that it was a spiritual thing. It was a very holy, sacred thing, and that's why we smoked it together, because we saw it as a together kind of thing. Anyway, I feel that I'm still holding on to that together kind of thing, and yeah. So anybody that smokes for any other reason other than the apex of spirituality, which is togetherness, uh, let the cards fall where they may, or let things unfold how they will that way. But I'll always see it as the ultimate of togetherness and oneness was the sharing of marijuana together. So I hold that together, and I also hold the vibe that marijuana should be free, and that most things in life are supposed to be free, or gifting. We're gonna probably have a little bit of a live stream. I haven't been on like in quite a while like this. I've been sort of putting it all together for a live stream that would be a little bit of a length of time. And when I felt comfortable enough to communicate at this level, and I wasn't ready to communicate at the level I am until now, and so this is going to be a lengthy live stream, maybe a get to know me kind of upload. The lamb's bread, maybe serve you up a half a loaf of lamb's bread. The crumbs, sometimes half a loaf, sometimes the whole loaf. Sometimes you get the whole loaf. And I'm looking to anybody that's open to the whole loaf. They gave me the whole loaf, so I've got to share it. That's part of the thing. And so if if the intelligence of a soul uh, is gifted into the knowing of all knowledge and the unknowing of all knowledge, and the infinite unknowable that's associated with all knowledge, then there'll be a connect with us, me and you personally, because why? I was given all knowledge. I was looked upon, and I said, "Yeah, pick me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm the right man for the job." And so I was one of the first people to realize that knowledge was power, and I grew up learning from some of the discoveries that were made that changed mankind forever, and those discoveries, that energy was I was present in that energy, and I'm still in that energy, and will be in that energy for a while, because there's a place of stability within the context of intelligence that I've cemented myself into, so to speak. I'm not getting out of this realm. I'm already seeing like how deep it went. It's like everybody wanted to go somewhere. I just stayed here. In the old days, they used to call it took a trip and never left the farm. I mean, it's all around us. We just have to plug in, so to speak. Tune in, turn out, and had a little bit of a problem today, and came through pretty well. I mean, I told myself I wouldn't go under the knife, but I was under the knife today. It went well, and so prayers are out for all the healing, as well as the being and the presence. As time goes on, I'll start clarifying the way I talk even more, because there's a place of collective communication and collective awareness that is also known. Nice rain. What I heard today is we got an entire last year's amount of rain just in the rain we've got this year so far. So apparently, water is not going to be a problem in California, where I'm at. I was having some communication issues with making sure that any copyrighted material didn't show up on any of my videos. So in the future, there'll be a sort of a DJ aspect to all the music I play. So I'll retain the freedom to utilize other people's music, uh, and still be original in the context of the entire thing. So anyway, I've got some ideas for different ways of expressing myself and music of others, and I'm excited that that's coming along. It hasn't been on the front burner, but it's becoming more on the front burner more and more, is to orientate this channel towards talks and music. Be a good thing to have a 24-hour stream with nothing but my music and others acquainted with me, and as well as this channel, and probably do some more channels in the future. multi-channel. But for now, this is just sort of like a prototype, being able to initiate some sort of record. I've been drinking coffee this morning, and I just remembered I got a cup sitting over here. Duck over here for a second. This is my little friend here. There you go. Blowing smoke in my own face, huh? Don't blow smoke in your face. Oh, all right.